They're mad as hell and they're not gonna take it anymore. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we are counting down our picks for the top 10 anime rage scenes. For this list, we'll be looking at the times where anime characters lost their shiitake in a big way. Doesn't matter if it was over something major or not, just as long as the reaction was explosive. If you didn't see a moment you thought you should have been included, be sure to check out our videos on the top 10 times anime characters went berserk. I'm Todd Haberkorn, and have I gotten mad? Well, I've been waiting for more Sergeant Frog to get dubbed into English, so of course I've gotten mad. Bring back my favorite frog!
Let's get ready to Mojo!
Number 10, Wrath of the Titans. Attack on Titan. Turns out that getting crushed and impaled can really make your day inconvenient and bring out the monster in a person. After Annie is revealed to be the female Titan, she transforms within the walls and proceeds to go on a rampage, nearly killing Eren in the process.
I swore to kill them all! Every last one!
Fueled by his hate of the Titans and the fact one of their own had betrayed them, he kinda loses it too, resulting in a heavyweight championship fight between two Titans who don't know how to pull their punches. Things only get more heated when Eren fully gives in to the beast inside, to the point where he ended up tearing into Annie's Titan form like a rabid beast. Or like Guy Fieri when he tries a really big, thick, juicy sandwich. Ugh.
Die! All of you! Everything!
Number 9, Goblin Slayer has no chill. Goblin Slayer. In case you weren't aware, this guy does not like goblins. It's not hard to see why, since they spend their days beating adventurers to death and then defiling civilians. While they're normally small and easy to kill, the same can't be said for their larger and more muscular cousins. While the Goblin Champion managed to mangle his body to the point where any other dungeon crawler would end up dead, Goblin Slayer just didn't. Why? Because he's the goddamn Goblin Slayer. And if he wants to strangle a not-so-jolly green giant despite having 2/3 of his body broken, then who are you to argue? Get out of his way.
Oi, yoku miro yo. Goblin.
Number 8, won't somebody please think of the children? Fate Apocrypha. While we can't help but admire Atalanta's earnest belief that all children can be saved from the lure of the dark side, we have to question her when she applies that logic to Jack the Ripper.
Is all this about Jack the Ripper, Archer of Red? Child murderer! None of those children were bloodthirsty killers!
They may have looked 12 years old, but come the F on! The body piles speak for themselves, leaving Jean with no choice but to purge him. Alas, Archer of Red didn't take too kindly to that, surrendering her own humanity in order to gain the power needed to wipe out the ruler class once and for all.
From this point onward, it doesn't matter what happens! I'll kill you!
Honestly, was it really worth losing your head over a murderous little psychopath? Come on, Atalanta, you're better than that!
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Number 7, should have let Asuka pilot. Evangelion 2.0. You cannot advance. Jeez, what is it about Unit 02 that makes people see red? During the climactic battle against the deadly 10th Angel, it falls to Mari to take up the iconic Ava in order to assist Rei.
Come on!
It goes about as well as you would expect, with Zeruel pushing her to the point of madness. In spite of getting torn to shreds, Mari and O2 continued to lash out until they finally found a way to break through the Angel's defenses, becoming more beast-like with every strike, becoming consumed by the thrill of war, and just becoming a legendary series.
Just one more layer!
Number 6, it's the trying that counts. Twin Star Exorcists. Big things come in small packages. I guess that applies to superpowered rage as well. After getting reminded of his past trauma by one-eyed psychopath Yuto, who just so happens to be the heartless brother of romantic interest Benio, it doesn't take long for Rokuro to bust out the Kagari and get to punching. While his new dramatic form is most certainly impressive, we can't say it's all that effective, since Yuto manages to get the better of him just by flicking him into oblivion again and again. Number 5, Horns Up! ReZero, starting life in another world. This whole thing may have resulted in Subaru getting mauled to pieces, but come on! At least he went down freeing his beloved Rem from her violent urges. That's right, people. Betelgeuse ships these two. Come at me. After a swarm of hellhounds ruin what was looking like a perfectly romantic night between the King of Suffering and the adorable Oni, Rem's vicious side comes out to play in force. With her horn acting as a death beacon, it doesn't take her long to start turning everything into puppy chow.
She's a demon.
Number 4, for Mio, Dororo.
一定の疑いありとして早急に処分されたのじゃ。
Just when you thought this series couldn't find a way to dig the knife any deeper, they pulled a stunt like this. It was bad enough finding out the kind-hearted Mio was selling her body in order to raise money for the orphans in her care, but to then see her cut down by enemy soldiers, it was too much to bear. Yakimaru evidently felt the same way, since he went on a rampage and massacred every soldier he could reach. It's brutal, barbaric, and will likely leave you crying into a body pillow. Just make sure that body pillow is of Natsu and not gray. Number 3, DOFLAMINGOOOOO! One Piece. When you push Luffy to the point where he correctly pronounces your name in sheer anger, then you know you've stepped in it. While watching the Straw Hat Captain punch out the likes of Bellamy would normally inspire cheering, this time it was borderline heartbreaking. After being betrayed by Doflamingo, the walking springboard is turned into a helpless puppet, forced to fight against Luffy despite his tearful protests. Unable to free him, all Luffy can do is knock him the hell out, albeit reluctantly. This proves to be a tipping point, with Luffy promising the self-imposed ruler of Dressrosa the mother of all beatdowns and recompense. Number 2, Raid Shield Activate. The Rising of the Shield Hero. Goes to show that it doesn't matter if you're a backstabbing harpy, corrupt king, spear-wielding idiot, or a zombie dragon. If you kill a man's giant, fluffy, slightly dense chicken daughter, you will suffer for it. After witnessing Philo's supposed death, now Fumi is once again plunged into the depths of despair, though this time, he has the means to bite back. Overcome with hatred, he ends up unleashing a new shield, one that contains so much malice it curses any friend or foe that touches it. With it, now Fumi learned that the dead can indeed die twice.
Not quite at the end yet, almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business.
Number 1, Welcome to Hell. Naruto Shippuden. Imagine this, you've been crushed by a boulder, your last thoughts are of the friends you'll leave behind, one of which is the girl you adore. You somehow survive, fight as hard as you can to recover your strength, waiting for a chance to see them again. Just as you're on the precipice, you come across the sight of your bestie cutting down your dream girl. Yeah, that kinda sucks for Obito. who somewhat gave up on humanity following Rin's death, but not before slaughtering the Mist Ninja who tried to turn her into a vessel. He was not a happy ninja camper that day.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.